Hi everyone, this is Alex from British Blind Sport, and we're joined here today with Richard from Inclusive Fitness Training, and Julie
Hi
Mark
there.
has been one of our participants on our regular workouts. For those of you that don't know, British Blind Sport, when lockdown happened, we had to adapt our delivery model quite a bit, and we decided to do some online workout classes that were BI friendly. They were audio described, to try and ensure that our service users and our clients could stay as active as possible whilst being stuck in their home. And this is where we were able to meet Julie. So Julie, you've been coming to our sessions from the start, really, haven't you?
Yeah, since I'd say from about the 16th of March or thereabouts.
And did you do much activity, or were you kind of active before lockdown happened?
I've got to say that I used to take part in park runs and things like that, and visually impaired running, but it was on a whim. Like, if some weeks I didn't feel like it, I didn't do it. Say if I had a difficult week at work, I would just say, "Oh no, I won't bother this weekend. Sorry," and just lie in bed and eat cake. So I was aware about how important it was to be active, but was I reaching my full potential? Probably not.
No, I think we can all say that we've ate cake on a weekend every now and again, haven't we?
Yeah.
I can't. Sorry, even if I had, there's no way I could have.
You've got to be a role model, Richard.
Exactly.
So how did you find out about our online workout classes, Julie?
I was on Facebook at the time. I recently came off Facebook, but I was on Facebook at the time, and I was just looking desperately for something to do because I knew lockdown was about to happen. And actually, it was my one of our running guides who kindly shared the link on our running page, and I thought, oh, this is going to be great. And I remember it was a boxing session. So I clicked onto that and I had so much fun. So I found out about
with John.
Yeah, it was with John. So yeah, I found out about it through Facebook. And then obviously my running coach had seen it and knew that I would be interested in it as well.
Fabulous. Oh, that's brilliant. So obviously alongside the boxing session with John, we also have been working with a range of different deliverers to put on these online classes. So we have, at the moment, we have every week, we have a Workout Wednesday, which is a live class. We've also got some pre-recorded sessions, but we also try to signpost different organisations and to our partners that are doing online classes and activities outside of our current offer as well. And we were introduced to Richard from Inclusive Fitness Training from an active partner in London Sport.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how the relationship with you had began, wasn't it, Richard? And
it was, yeah.
We really had much kind of partnership work. Our partnerships blossomed, and the sessions that you've been doing are absolutely fabulous. Did you want to tell us about kind of any inclusive training you've done previous to this?
Yeah, so I suppose from my point of view, from Inclusive Fitness Training's point of view, it was always we wanted to align ourselves with organisations and individuals that basically had previously been excluded from accessible fitness. So I've worked a lot in the past with adults with learning difficulties and visually impaired individuals and people with amputations, all manner of disabilities and all manner of varying abilities. So it was just making an inclusive avenue for individuals to get involved with fitness in the first place. And obviously, as soon as lockdown, I think you and I spoke within a couple of days of lockdown happening.
Yeah.
We were all challenged to find different ways of working in a brand new environment. And I think for you and I, it was just kind of like, why had this not happened before? What a great way of being able to deliver to individuals outside of lockdown. And then obviously individuals like Julie, who are already potentially partly isolated anyway, they go into a situation where, it's difficult for able-bodied or anybody to be kind of getting in forms of activity. So those that are completely housebound, I think they have completely new and different challenges. So I think the work you've done has been fantastic. British Blind Sport have been able to do, and I'm just glad that we've been able to become a part of that. And I just think, yeah, what a great solution for people who are even outside of lockdown, who are housebound. There are ways to be able to get fitness into the home, and I think we've been able to achieve it to both together and individually. So, you know, everything that we do as a business, I'd say we managed to maintain about 85% of our business by just basically putting everything online, and Zoom has become our best friend.
Do you think that this kind of current situation, like lockdown, has actually opened, I suppose, potential doors for you in terms of a new way of working? Or do you think that when lockdown's over, you'll go back to kind of previously just doing face-to-face PT sessions? I guess you're based in London. You've managed to reach a whole new audience potentially.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, you know, a lot of my clients went back to their homes wherever they were. So, you know, clients in Toronto, in Dublin, they've gone back to Spain, parts of France, Italy. And it's always been a dream of mine to be able to make what we do accessible, because I imagine this is, you know, fitness is very exclusive. You just have to look at the branding that fitness companies use to advertise their services. You look at gym paraphernalia when they're advertising. In a way, it makes fitness very, very exclusive. And if you don't hit that demographic, which only a very, very small percentage of the population does, then you're excluded from that. And I think that what it's it's always been something I've wanted to do, and I just had no choice. It was just within a week, just to upscale. It's like, why would we ever want to go back? I mean, I think my challenge will be now getting some of my regular clients to actually get back and meet in the park on a cold morning. Why would you do that? Where you can be, you know, it's a lot more convenient. There's no traveling. I understand that for some individuals, it's, you know, once we're out of lockdown, it will be so important to get out, get socializing as well. But I think that it just adds just a brand new avenue. And like you say, I mean, you know, I can be doing this Zoom with somebody in Toronto. I don't need to be seeing somebody who's just in London. So for me, it was always a goal. I probably just didn't know how to do it. So I think it's just fantastic potential. If someone's contacting me about doing sessions, it almost doesn't matter for the first time where their location is, because you can do everything. And working with Julie, it just shows that there's no, you know, we managed to have very, very successful, as she pointed out earlier, very tough one-to-one personal training sessions, just literally by her having the phone in her room, and by me being on the other end of it, I can correct the technique, I can change her position. So it's I think, and if there's any light at the end of the tunnel, I think it's just given a really, really good extra avenue that will be an important resource for us going forward. I mean, I know you and I, we've talked about how this would, you know, this is a potential for us, isn't it? And obviously we've been able to record some videos, send those videos, and it's stuff that I never really even thought about before, and probably pre-lockdown wouldn't have occurred. I'm sure we'd never been in a situation to need it, but I think it's something good that has come out of it. So
yeah, no, and I think we can completely agree with that as well. I think being in this situation has forced us to take risks, not knowing whether they're pay off or not. But actually, you know, it's allowed British Flying Sport to engage with a whole new target audience. I don't think we'd really engaged with Julie before this, alongside many other people as well. And then to be able to offer this is, you know, has actually opened up, I suppose, a different avenue. But it's also reminded us that, you know, particularly people that have a visual impairment might not often feel comfortable getting outside their house, or might not have access to public transport links to get to a session, but still very much are keen to get active and to stay active and do some form of exercise. So why should we force people to go out of their house if we can still enable them to keep active from the comforts of their home? Then that's something that we should definitely explore. But yeah.
I think another important thing to add to that is that, having worked with clients with a visual impairment before, that once we've kind of got them introduced, and often they've come to me as almost like an introduction into fitness, and we've met up in the park or we've met up at their home, but they've been keen to get into a gym environment, so that, you know, obviously they're not seeing me 5 or 7 days a week. One session with me, as good as I am, I'm joking, isn't going to get everything. You still need to do your extra sessions. And I know that when they've gone into a gymnasium environment, it's just not set up for them. You know, they're just not catering for those with visual impairments, the way the equipment is laid out, and also the support from staff, which I think is something that needs to be addressed. And I just want to say, when I'm doing these HIT sessions live with your team, I mean, I'm not holding back any punches. I mean, we're working hard. It's slightly more visual and descriptive, But I mean, it's no more, you know, I'm not pulling back in any way as I would do. Your guys work hard, they train hard. Julie trains as hard as anybody. So,
I was going to say, I mean, I join in on those sessions and even I'm sweating by the end of it. So I can fully advocate for that. It's tough for anyone. So for the fact.
So I'm sorry, but what I'm saying with that is that just by not being in the same room as each other, okay, it's not ideal, but it absolutely, your guys are getting a really good workout. And they're making me work hard as well. So that's yeah.
Definitely. So Julie, tell me then, how did you, I suppose off the back of attending our workout classes, how did you get in touch with Richard? What was the process with that?
Well, it was the Thursday before Easter, and we did a HIIT session, and I had so much fun. It's unbelievable the amount of fun I had at that session, and I thought, right, I want some more of this, because I really felt like I'd had a good workout. So I took the Easter weekend to consider it, because obviously it means a financial investment. So I took the weekend to think about it, and then I thought, well, at the end of the day, it's an investment in myself. Like, if making this investment is an investment in myself. So, and getting fit, and I thought about my goals, and I got in touch with my why. I think for any goal there needs to be a why, and my why was just to lose weight, because I knew I had to address it, and just to feel great and to be more active. And I thought that to me is a pretty good investment. So then I made the plunge. And I got in touch with Richard, and we took it from there, and I invested in myself.
And you've been doing quite regular sessions with Richard, haven't you?
Yes, a Tuesday morning, weekly. But at the end of the day as well, he sets me homework. So
there's no escape.
On a Monday, I have to do 40 minutes on the exercise bike, and then on a Tuesday we've got personal training. On a Wednesday it's a day off. On a Thursday it's 30 minutes on the exercise bike plus strength exercises. Friday's 40 minutes on the bike. Saturday's an hour walk plus strength exercises, and that's a rhythm that I've got into. So yes, I have one
habit, doesn't it? So
yeah.
It's something that you can continue to do without really feeling like it's a massive kind of mental effort, I guess.
Yeah, and you can try and fit it into your day as well, because it's nice, and it's. I mean, you can do the bike, for example, when you first get up in the morning. There's nobody else in the house up, or you could do it any time you like. But it's doing that exercise keeps you in touch with your goals and your why.
Yeah.
So the other thing I do, sorry to interrupt, is I send Julie a text message every morning. So she gets a text message at 7 a.m. telling her what she's got to do. I do that with all my clients. So there's no escape. So between 6:30 and 7 o'clock every morning, don't you, Julie? You'll get a text from me that will say, today's training is, and what she needs to do.
Yeah.
Reminder. You can't escape, Julie.
Yeah. So yes, you're getting one session a week, but you're also getting the rest of that week where you're in charge of your own learning. So that's really good. But you know you've got that support there.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. So I suppose since you've done these sessions with Richard, then what have you achieved both personally but physically as well? What have you taken from these sessions? What achievements have you made?
Well, the biggest achievement is that I've now lost over 1.5 stone, basically, and I'm heading towards 2 stone. When you look at me in March and look at me now, I actually feel lighter.
That's amazing.
I feel lighter, and I am also, like, in May I went through a period of quite bad mental health, but let's just say it would have been a lot worse if I didn't have that fitness there just to keep me going. It's better than any antidepressant could ever be, really. Having that fitness there, doing that exercise, getting the endorphins going, is a natural way of making yourself feel better without medicating.
Agreed. I think physical activity is nature's antidepressant, and that's fabulous. I guess a lot of people like you, Julie, especially people living with a visual impairment that are stuck in their homes at the moment and don't have their peer support because of that social distancing measure, to be able to stay active must have a huge benefit on people's mental well-being. To hear that firsthand from yourself, It's really reassuring, and it's a really positive story, I think, that we can really share.
It is. I mean, my story is basically, I was at pretty much an ideal weight. Right, I never had to really do much about my weight up until I suffered a family bereavement, which came as a shock in the summer of 2017. And from that, I did a lot of things that were out of character for me. And one of those things was to eat, and eat. I mean, I'd have full bags of Galaxy minstrels. I'd have full bags of mini poppadoms. Whatever it was, I would sit on my own watching Coronation Street and filling my face.
Are available.
And by the summer of 2018, I was due to go on holiday to Canada, and I had to get a full new wardrobe of bigger clothes because of the unhelpful attitudes that I'd been living by. And then I got quite happy with that, so I carried on with the same soap operas and chocolate and mini poppadoms and curries, and then again I had to get more clothes. So then I'd spiraled actually out of control. And then it was just around about lockdown time. I thought to myself as I was getting ready one morning, I need to address this, because if I don't, nobody will.
Yeah.
So one of the things,
haven't you,
sorry,
Julie? You've got a big event coming up.
Yes, I'm getting married this year, and that was the reason, because I wanted to look. It's obviously a very big day, and I wanted to look my best. So to do that, I have to really take that plunge and focus on my weight. Yeah,
I'm sure you're going to look fantastic, Julie, and congratulations.
Yeah.
What an exciting period for you.
Thanks.
Hey, sorry, Richard.
Yeah, what I was going to say is the other thing, the two things I was going to say from what Julie was saying, when we hit May, I think it started becoming a lot harder, much more of a mental challenge for you, didn't it, Julie? The lockdown.
It did. It did. I came off Facebook. I have been suffering a lot, mentally. But what I would say is the exercise has been, I say, better than any antidepressant could ever be. Just keeping me going, thinking, oh, I've got to go on the bike today, or oh, I've got to go for a walk today. It just gave me a purpose.
And what we were able to do is we adapted it slightly. So obviously Julie and I were we're in correspondence all the time. She would send me a text saying, "I'm not feeling so great today." So we'd do some different things. And when we met, we actually did a couple of meditation sessions, put in some breathing as well on one of the sessions, just to kind of reground her. And then the other thing we did, if you don't want to talk about Julie, we also look at Julie's eating habits.
Yeah.
So on a Monday night or a Tuesday morning before and this is credit to Julie, because this is how we work. So all the clients get a food diary to fill in. So Julie every Monday night sends me her food list for the entire week, so we can look at okay, well look, this is if the weight loss slowed down, or there was any, we can look at different individual choices. But she sends me that. I mean, that's credit to Julie, because this is, as well as obviously the fitness is fantastic. You need to burn the calories. It's good. You cannot help but endorphins releasing when you're training. But also eating is a huge part of it. As Julie explains, that was something she had as a challenge. So we food is something that we look at every single week. She'll send me her food diary with everything filled in, and we can address that. And credit to Julie. She's we did set her in a little a challenge, because Sunday night was her curry night. It was her takeaway night, and we set that in, that if she had achieved a certain amount of weight loss per week, because that was her goal, to lose the weight, then she could have the curry. So, but I think she found that she was losing the weight, that actually she didn't want to ruin that by having the takeaway. So for quite a few weeks, just missed that. But it was only she could give herself that treat, so it gave her a secondary goal to aim towards.
That's brilliant.
Okay.
Fab. So, I suppose just to kind of wrap that up, Julie, if there is any other people that are thinking about starting activity, or are stuck at home at the moment and want to get a bit more active, what advice would you give to them?
I would say think about it as an investment in yourself. I would say don't delay, contact Richard today. Honestly, I would say do it now, and you'll be investing in yourself. And as long as you've got drive and motivation along with it, then he will help you all the way. And if he knows your goals, and you'll get there, because I know I'm well on the way to getting where I want to be. And if I hadn't have made that plunge, I'd have still been, over a stone and a half heavier, and I'd still be in denial, eating the same old stuff. Whereas now I do feel like I'm a different person.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you for taking the time. I like the strap line, don't delay, contact Richard today.
I'm going to be really struggling on Tuesday of next week when I see her, because she's been so nice to me today. It's like, can I be really mean when I see her? It's like, you've really put me in a difficult position, Julie. But yeah, true nature will out, I'm afraid.
You'll probably make me do the plank now for a whole 2 minutes.
That'll be a thank you to you. Yeah, that's going to be my gift.
Well, so just to wrap that up then, to anyone that is kind of watching this back or listening, yeah, I mean, us British Transport are continuing to do our workouts on Wednesday, and we've got loads of pre-records, so you can head over to our website, which is www.britishblindsport.org.uk, to find out all that information. Richard's sessions are on there as well, and you can also email us, which is info@britishblindsport.org.uk. Richard, did you want to just share your details on here for anyone that wants to get direct yourself?
Yeah, and I would say just to anybody who is interested, it's a one-to-one service, so we're interested in the individual. So you might not think, a lot of it, people say to me, I need to get a bit fitter before I start personal training. They feel it has this, there's this stereotype of a level of fitness you have to be. So no matter how bad you may think you are, I mean, we believe you're going to be a lot better, but get in contact. If you think there's something that's stopping you getting involved in fitness, it's just an email. Send me an email. It's a one-to-one. You'll be dealing with me. I'll come back to you, but there is a place for you here. And as you can see with Julie, she's put the work in. She's lost 1.5 stone in less than 2 months. So we're on week 7 we've done this week. So it is absolutely achievable. It's all done within the home. So yeah, go to our website, inclusivefitnesstraining.com. You can sign up to our newsletter. We deliver free fitness videos 5 days a week during lockdown. So once you're on the newsletter, you have access to that. We're doing the classes with you guys. And I still have some space and availability. I have trainers as well who work for me who share the same kind of ethos. So no matter how many people get in contact, we can manage to give you fitness sessions. And just get in contact. Don't sit there thinking you want to be fitter. Get in contact and we'll work something out that it will be based on you. Yeah. The name inclusive is about including anybody. And yeah, got me alive.
I've got something else I'd like to add.
Please do.
There's 3 words I can sum up my experience with. 3 words here: believe, receive, achieve.
I love it.
I believe in myself. I believe in myself after receiving great support from Inclusive Fitness Training. Therefore, I will achieve.
Thank you, Julie. That's amazing. And we don't speak to you before. Good luck with the wedding. I'm sure it'll be fantastic. Yeah, keep it all up, everyone. Great job.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Rich.